Hello everyone, we're here at Sparkling Memories. I'm Miss Ram. Today we're gonna do some croissants, and today we'll be putting in cheese. We have the croissants over here. We already have it already with the butter and foiled over it, so we can actually use this pan another time. So first thing you want to do is take one of the pieces of dough like this, and a little bit of cheese, and then we're going to roll. And continuously keep rolling until it looks like this. And you put it on the baking pan, and then you want to go ahead and repeat this step. Most of the times when you're doing this, you can add different things, whether it be sausage, cheese, anything that's really small, and it's basically either doesn't need to fully cook on the inside, or so for instance you want to add like Vienna sausage, hot dog, cheese, maybe you want to put in something like Gouda, cheddar, mozzarella, something simple. Doesn't have to be anything complex, and you just continuously keep rolling like that, get a turkey in the sides and stuff. Because if you don't, then the cheese gonna run off to the sides, and that's not what we intended on doing. So we're gonna do a few of these like this. Make sure you space them off. You don't want to have them completely close to each other because they need a little bit more room to breathe. And then you just continuously repeat this step. You take it, you fold it, and fold it on the side, and we're basically doing a tuck and fold. Trying to get whatever cheese or anything that you want to get in the inside. I'm actually using mild cheddar. Not all the time it gets closed up, but you do your best and get it closed up and tucked in there just like that. And you place it onto the sheet. Now you just continuously do that until you have a few of them in. I'm not going to add any kind of hot dog or Vienna sausage to it because I just want the cheese. Cheddar, because that's one of my favorite ones. Mozzarella is another choice. Or you could just have it plain, because nothing wrong with having it plain. It all depends on your preference. So you have it long, and then you just continue on. Add whichever ingredients you want to, and then you just be consistent with it and continuously do the same method. Tuck and roll. And the more you do it, a lot better or easier it will be on you. Just remember the spacing part, because the spacing is important. Because you don't want to get into your pan and then it comes a big old lump. Everything is like stick together. You want something that's separated. That way you can tell, okay, this one belongs to this person, and so on. Because you do them together and you don't want to get a big thing looking like a bunch of dough full of cheese. Because we're not doing a calzone or anything like that. This is a simple roll for the croissant, and you just put in something inside. This is a little extra, so you might have to roll this out a little bit. So I'm going to put this over here. I know I've seen some people do it, and they tend to put things inside that might not hold as well. So you want to get something that's simple. You don't want to be putting in sauce and all these kind of things, because the sauce will drip out on the sides and it's going to make it a crust on the side, and that's not what you're going for. Just add in a little bit of cheese on the top, make it a different texture. It's going to of course get hard once you put it in the oven. You set your oven at 350 degrees, and then you just let it bake. Mine have been off for a little while, so that's why we gonna now put it in. So you have them looking like this. Oops, it started to move. Yeah, see? Now the time that it happens the way you want it to. We have that in the oven. Next thing I want to go ahead and pour on this pan. This one is going to go ahead here. I don't want to put in too much because I know some people use butter, some people use olive oil, some people don't put anything at all in there. One of the main reasons I wanted to do this is because I don't want them to stick to the pan, even though it's going to have its own little covering over in terms of like grill marks, and it's going to get brown pretty quickly because of the type of frying pan I have. Very unique, nice, cool design. I'm loving that. And plus it's supposed to be non-stick, so you see how non-stick it is. And you're going to go ahead and have it like a medium heat. You don't want to have it too hot, because too hot makes it turn dark way too quick, and you don't want it burn. You want it a nice consistency, whereas when you get it, it tastes pretty good. These are just the excess that you see here. There's extra cheese, extra dough. Of course, we could roll the dough and do something else, but that's not what we're gonna do. I'll give it some time here. Just a few minutes and let it get heated up. One of the things I did use was the parquet. I tend to use this a lot with my different recipes. I love parquet. And as that's going, I'm going to get another pot, and then we're gonna go ahead and start an egg so we can boil that. So now we have the water in the pot. You don't want to fill it all the way, just about halfway, because if it's all the way, then it's going to flow over, and that's not what you want when you actually want to do the egg. Then you want to get some salt. Got the salt. For that, because when you're done, you don't want it to be easy to separate from the actual shell, so you want to put a good bit of that salt in there. And of course, we have the eggs. Point in a little bit more water because it needs to completely cover the egg. And we'll go ahead and turn it on and get that started. Now we have this pan here. This is where we're going to do the hot dogs in. You want to start at a medium heat and not do too high, because you don't want to get it dark too quickly, because this tends to curl up, and once it curls up, there is really nothing you can do to get it uncurl. For some reason, hot dogs and Vienna sausage tends to do that, especially when you're doing a late fry or you do that on the grill. That's what it's going to tend to do, unless you press it down all during the process, and it's still going to have its corners come up like you normally would. I'm actually just trying to put all of them face down. Give them a little bit more space just to get that started. Now with this, because it has so much rich flavor, I want to go ahead and incorporate some garlic just to cut down on the amount of salt that's in there. Okay, if you don't, then you're going to taste it a lot more. onion powder first. The garlic powder looked like it went away from me. So I gotta locate it first. And you just leave that simmer. Once it's simmering, then you can always get your napkin and different items. That way you don't have to look for them later. So I have my plate. Then I have a napkin. Make sure you don't have it too close to the fire because you don't want this to roll the similar to mine. And you have the other one where you light it. This is electrical, so I won't have that kind of issue. So it's been on for a little while, so we're going to go ahead and turn it. See that nice color in there? It doesn't take long at all, especially if you have it in a medium heat. They're very close together, but that's okay. It isn't like other items that need a lot of room because it's all basically the same thing. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to put in that garlic. Got a new garlic, so I got to open it. Yeah, just to cut down the salt and different things that tends to be loaded with sodium, you add garlic. Whether it be the maize garlic or garlic powder, whichever one is closest to you, that's what you add. This is just to cut down on the salt. So I want a very generous amount on there because if you don't do it, it's going to be very salty hot dogs. Go ahead and turn on light so I can check on the croissants. Coming along nicely, it just has to get a nice golden brown color and then we're going to take it out. And then I'll add the garlic. I'm going to give it one last flip. And normally you don't have to do so much flipping. I'm only doing this because I was having a little problem finding the garlic. So we gotta make sure it's incorporated so we don't have salty stuff. That's one key factor when you have something that's salty and garlic, or you could possibly do some potatoes with it. Doesn't matter what type of potatoes, whether it be baby potatoes, red, Idaho. Potatoes and garlic cuts the salt and different things that's loaded with sodium. Once you remember that and you're making some type of dish that has a lot of salt, that's what you want to do. So as you can see, they already come up around the corners. You know it's almost done when it looks like that. I was going to give it a little bit more longer to do. As far as the eggs is going to take at least 40 minutes. Because I like to make sure that it's fully cooked. Some people say 35, but I'm going to be on the safe side and say about 40 minutes for eggs. And have it uncovered because you already added the salt. So once you crack it and you open it up, then the shell can come off a lot more easier than if you had it in the water by itself and it wouldn't work out the way you intended it to. So now that we already have them out, this is going to look something like that. I like to put them around a little bit. Get all the seasoning that already was in the oil on there. And then start taking them out. Yeah, I don't advise this when you're actually doing something that has sodium because it gets a nice taste, especially if you're doing a grill, but since you're doing it in a frying pan, it's going to have all that salt that comes out from it. Then the only thing you added was the oil, and then the onion powder and the garlic powder to give it a nice little taste. Quick, simple, and easy. And then a little later on, I'm going to show you once the croissants are done and the egg is done. And here we have the finished product. This is the croissant with the cheese on the top and cheese on the inside. Till next time, this is Miss Durham from Sparkling Memories. Bye bye.